السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah, hayya ala falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah.
A couple of weeks ago, we started talking about the migration journey that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ took from Makkah all the way to Medina. In the incidents that we started to talk about, we reached as far as Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and his companion, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, reached the cave. However, I quickly went past what happened in the way. So I would like to pick up from there and all the way to their reaching the cave and staying there. So when Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was about to leave that particular night, he made arrangement with a guy who was actually a non-believer at that time. His name was Abdullah bin Fuheerah. And he basically made an agreement with him that after 3 days, you will going to meet me at the following spot. So as I said in my last khutbah, that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ led a very strategic and well-planned life. We started as an ummah planning our lives very recently when we start using those gadgets. We have calendar, we have schedulers. However, he had everything planned. So he made arrangements accordingly, and very strategically he started making his moves. So he left that night. Abu Bakr left his house. They both met at a place. However, Prophet ﷺ gave a very instruction that Abu Bakr, let's keep a distance. Let's not go together. So that if one of us is caught, the both of us should not be caught. So Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu had his eye on the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, who was walking at a distance. It was around the Hijrat time. A man sneaked between the two of them and held Abu Bakr. Said, Abu Bakr, at this time, this early in the morning, where are you heading? Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu would always speak truth, never a lie. However, this is a very difficult situation. If he lies, then he has lied. If he says truth, then he is basically handing over the Prophet ﷺ to the people of Makkah. So what should we do? In these kind of situations, Islam has given you a leeway. It is called the Thour, which is saying a statement which means two things. However, this should not be misused. So Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu looked at this guy and said, this is the guy who will show you the right path. So the guy thought, Abu Bakr wants to go someplace but doesn't know the way. So this guy is leading him. Abu Bakr meant to say, he shows the path to Allah to those who don't know the path to Allah. So he basically let go the Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala had another instruction from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and he himself followed that instruction. Do not put your whole foot on the ground. Because Arabs were extremely intelligent. They had specialized field of ayahs that they would look at the biological components of human body, and they would be able to figure out whose body parts are these. We have recently come across the fingerprinting. But they had these specialized people, even in Pakistan and India. These are called Kojis in Urdu, and these are people who specialize in qayafa too. So always put a portion of your foot down so that we can't be tracked. However, when they reach the southern mountain where the cave was located, and I told you why they picked the southern mountain, because Medina was to the north of Makkah, so staying in the south was the safest thing to do, because they would be seeking in the mountains of north. However, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam foot began to bleed. So Abu Bakr said, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, why don't you climb me? I'll take you up. If you have ever been to Makkah, and if you've ever visited that cave, it is not one of the easiest climbs, even at these times. Subhanallah. Those were the companions. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was 50 plus. So was Abu Bakr. He was not a young guy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you strength in these times. These are the things that are out of our capacities. They come directly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he took them all the way at the top. Now Abu Bakr said, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you shall not enter the cave. Even though out of respect you should be the first one to enter, because I don't know what's in it. Let me go and clean it up. Let me make sure that if there are any holes in it, because snakes usually make their homes in the mountains, in those holes, let me make sure that there are no snakes in it. So Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu went inside, cleaned the entire cave, put piece of cloth in all the holes, and he ran out of piece of cloth, one hole was left. He asked Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, please now you can enter inside, and now Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would like to take rest. So where does he rest? In the lap of Abu Bakr. Subhanallah. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu's lap became the pillow. And he has his foot right on that hole, the only hole he could not fill. And that was the hole of the snake. It came out, bit him, but he would not make a sound. Because if he makes a sound, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would wake up. This is the kind of love and respect they had for the Prophet. However, he could not bear it. His eyes started running with tears of pain. And one of those tears fell on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's face. And he said, Abu Bakr, what happened? And he said, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this has happened. So he put his saliva on the wound, and in no time, it was gone. This is the place of a prophet. He is a human being. However, he is a miraculous human being. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does things through him that are not really possible through a normal human being. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's companion is with him in this cave. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes some more arrangements outside of the cave. A spider has been ordered to put a web at the cave entrance, and a pair of doves is to build a nest and lay the eggs. And spiders usually do not weave a very thick web in a day. However, by the miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this spider wove a web that if someone would go past, would say this cave has been untouched for at least 100 years. And that's exactly what happened. 3 men, Abu Jahl bin Hisham, Uqbat ibn Abi Mu'ayt, and Umayyad ibn Khalf, got very close to the door of the cave. Then Abu Jahl said, forget it, man. No one could have entered this cave. How is it possible? Don't you look at the thickness of the web? It could not have been woven overnight. Don't you see the nest of the dove right in the middle of the path? It would have easily been destroyed if that would have been the case. So they moved away. This is the exact point where Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakr are right there. These 3 guys, the biggest enemy, are outside of the cave. Any moment could change the situation. This is the time Abu Bakr is so worried about the Prophet ﷺ, because if he is caught, Abu Bakr is thinking that Allah has given me the Prophet to keep him safe. I have been selected for this job. If I don't keep him safe, what will happen to Abu Bakr? How will he ever confront his Lord on the Day of Judgment? So he started to cry. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Abu Bakr, what's wrong with you? Why are you crying? He said, I'm afraid about you. I don't care about me. If they kill me, one Abu Bakr is less. But if they harm you, you are the last messenger of God. I don't want anything to be happening to you. And notice what Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says to Abu Bakr. مَا ظَنُّكَ بِاثْنَيْنِ اللَّهُ ثَالِثَهُمَا. Abu Bakr, what do you think about the strength of those guys? That Allah Himself as the third person is there to protect them. Subhanallah. Beautiful words, which are also revealed as a message in the Holy Quran. In Surah Thour, ayah number 40, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ثَانِيَ اثْنَيْنِ إِذْ هُمَا فِي الْغَارِ إِذْ يَقُولُ لِصَاحِبِهِ لَا تَحْزَنْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَنَا. The one of the two, ثَانِيَ اثْنَيْنِ إِذْ هُمَا فِي الْغَارِ, when they were in the cave, one said to the other, don't worry, Allah is with both of us. Subhanallah. That is the mercy that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was sent in this world. He was the rahmatul lil alameen. Remember, if you notice Surah Al-Shu'ara, what Musa ﷺ says to his people when they are sandwiched between the river and the Fir'aun. And they turned to Musa and said, Musa, what have you brought us into? And Musa says, إِنَّ مَعِيَ رَبِّي سَيَهْدِينِ. My Lord is with me, and He will going to show us the right path. Notice the mercy of Prophet Muhammad. He also includes Abu Bakr directly in the mercy. He said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَنَا. Allah is with both of us. He doesn't say Allah is with me and you shall be saved. No. إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَنَا. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was indeed the mercy for the humanity, for the mankind, for this entire universe. So, these guys sweep away. Now, another big task starts. These two people in the cave need to be fed, need to be told what is going on outside in the Makkah so that they can plan their journey after 3 days. Who takes that responsibility? Of course, the son of Abu Bakr, Abdullah bin Abu Bakr. His responsibility is to sneak out at the night time, go to the cave, report to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ whatever happened in that day in Makkah. Whatever their plans are, whatever they're planning on doing that particular day. Or from that point onwards. And come back. Oh, now that leaves footprints, right? Another plan. Abu Bakr's slave, Amir bin Fuheerah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, his job was to get up early in the morning with his cattle and raise them on the same grounds where the footprints were. The footprints are gone. So when he would go up, he will take his cattle. When he will come back, he will also bring his cattle back home. So no footprints leading to the cave, no footprints coming back from the cave. At the bottom of the cave, when Amir bin Fuheerah was basically grazing his cattle, he also had a job to do. He had a little piece of iron that he would warm up. He would take the milk out of these sheep or goat, whatever he had, warm it up, to take it up, to send with Abdullah, so that they at least get some milk. The daughter of Abu Bakr, Asma, bint Abi Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anha, she would deliver the food. I told you she was a teenager. A teenager daughter, somewhat young son. Look at the responsibilities that they are bearing. Standing in front of the entire city of tyrants, merciless people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who took His Prophet overnight, without a blink of a second being passed, from Makkah to Baytul Maqdis to the heavens, took him out, took him back, and he is back in his town. Nothing has passed. Could have very easily taken his beloved Prophet from Makkah to Medina in no time. Very possible. Right? That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Asra. الحمد لله الذي يسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى. However, what would be then the message for the ummah? How could we have then learned that you have to work hard to attain your goals? You have to bear hardships. Sometimes. However, the end result can be extremely beautiful. The guy who was an orphan, people would treat him badly. When he died, he was ruling Arabia. As said in the books before him. وَمَوْلَدَهُ بِمَكَّةِ وَمُهَاجَرَهُ بِطَيْبَةِ وَمُلْكُهُ بِالشَّامِ. Reported by Sunan Darimi and Bukhari and other books and hadiths. So this is basically a little journey of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the cave. On the third day, he comes out of the cave, meets Abdullah bin Urayqid, and 4 people now are traveling towards the Medina. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Bakr, his slave, Amir bin Fuheerah, and Abdullah bin Urayqid, the guy who knows the path that will lead from Makkah to Medina without taking the main path. So inshallah, there is one more Jumma left in a couple weeks. That is in the month of Muharram. That's exactly where we started the Hijrat year. So we're going to talk about a little bit about the journey that took place from the cave to the Medina. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. So some messages to be learned from the first half of the khutbah, and that is that we must plan our life. We must think strategically. We must think through whatever we do. And then once you make a goal, work towards that goal, then there is no turning back. There are times when you plan, there is a plan A, plan B, plan C. And there are times there's only plan A. So you got to pick and choose and work towards that. We do it every day in our work. Why can't we do it in our deen? So that's basically something for all of us to think about and ponder and apply. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا محمدا النبي الأمين الكريم محمد النبي الأمي الهاشمي الصلاة والسلام عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسراف أمرنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار اللهم اغفر لنا اللهم اغفر لنا اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولمن دخل في بيوتنا مؤمنا وللمؤمنين والمؤمنات اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك تحب العفو فاعف عنا يا كريم يا غفار ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وأقم الصلاة